Hello, anybody coming in? I know I just got on the tube here. Let me fix our light situation. There. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see pretty good. All right. I can see, which is really important. So let's get our bit. We're going to get to removing Jandy's gel that she has on. Let's get our e-file out. I'm going to use my bit from Erica's ATA. I always want to say ETA. So Erica's ATA. Okay, Jandy, let me see your hand. Your fish hand. Your fishy hand. All right. I'm going to put my e-file on like, let's do 25,000 RPMs. All right, there we go. And I'm just going to remove what she has on now. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to zoom us in a hair so you guys can see better. Hello, how are you? I'm going a little faster with my e-file today. So I know, right? I will. I've enjoyed them. Jandy's enjoyed them too, which is probably more important than me enjoying them. All right, let's get the color off. I'm okay if I get, or if I leave a little bit that's on the side, because I know I'm going faster with my file today than what I normally go. It is. It's a surprise actually for all of us. She's going to pick a number, and I've got some photos, some inspo photos saved in my phone. And whatever she picks is what we're going to go as our inspo. So should be fun. And I've picked several different styles, so that way we are sure to be surprised. Plus, you guys kind of get to have a peek in my phone of what I've saved and who the nail artist is. I look at photos pretty much from morning until I fall asleep. Photos and videos, because I love it, and I love seeing what people create, what they do. People are so talented. Oh my gosh, I would love that. I know. Well, you never know. We may end up in Canada. If I do, I'll holler at you. Canada's big though, actually. Kind of depends. Well, I'll be hitting you up for like where to move to in Canada. It's not totally out of the question. I think Canada would be amazing. I have a little bit of family that lives in Canada.
Also, do you like Pinterest for now?
Oh my gosh, I love Pinterest. Yeah, I'm actually on Pinterest too. You can find me, so if you like to look. I used to save my little inspo photos and stuff in Pinterest under like nails, under like the board nails. Then it became like too much, and I couldn't find the nails that I had saved, like when I wanted them. So then I kind of divided it up into months. So if you see on my board, I've got like spring, fall, summer, like the different seasons and stuff. And I think I've got weddings on there, glitter. I've got different categories, jelly. So that way, hopefully, I can find stuff when I go looking for it. and it's under Tosharaenailed. And I've had a Pinterest account for like probably 20 years. So there's a lot in there. But if you want to get to know me better, you know what? That's a great way to do it. Because you get access to all my boards.
Lee said hi.
Hey, Lee. It's kind of funny because, you know, I'm a huge true crime buff. And that's actually one of the things I do, like whenever I hear about something that's going on in the news, like if there is a mass shooter or something, you know, going on, I'll go over to Pinterest and look them up to see what were they liking on Pinterest. Was there any sign that this was like brewing and everybody just missed it?
Hazel said, were these the fish nails?
Yes, they were the fish nails. I loved them. I was surprised I loved them as much as I did, but you know, the more I looked at them and stuff, the more they grew on me. And just the fact that you could use any color that you want, and they did actually look like fishes, you know? I thought that was so cool. Just kind of shape it a little bit.
Carmen said hi.
How are you? We're going to lift her nails up a little bit too, whatever we do, because they're starting to grow. She's got downward slope nails, and they're starting to wander a little bit further downwards, and I want to lift those back up. So they may look a little crazy as we're building. They'll look really thick, but that's just because we'll have to come up underneath and lift it up. There we go. Okay, let's get you dusted off so we can grab another bit. There we go. Okay, let me grab my sanding band bit.
Who said, I can't find you on Pinterest?
You can't find me on Pinterest? That's weird. Under Tosharaenailed? Dandy's going to look it up real quick. I wonder if it's... I was going to say, I wonder if it's because I changed my name at one point, like years ago, but... Oh, you don't have Pinterest on your phone. I'm going to show you. Hold on. We're going to double check on mine. Yeah, I think so. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to pull up mine. We're going to go into Pinterest. Okay, I'm going to go Pinterest. And so I'm just kind of like a little eye right here. And there we go. So Tosharaenailed. Oh, at Jackson1141. Try that. I didn't realize that that was the at. That's what I need to change to match. Okay. All right, I'm going to get back to her nails. I'm going to put my e-file on a speed of 12,000 RPMs because we're really getting pretty close. Actually, before I do that, let's push her cuticles back. That way we can conquer two things at one time. And once again, I'm not going to do a whole lot of cuticle work. My nails are in a little bit of a disarray because I decided to change one hand and I haven't got to it yet. So I just kind of threw a rubber base on it. It's kind of how I do in between. In between, while I'm figuring out what I want to do, I slap a rubber base or just like a base, a regular just base on while I figure it out. All right. Now let's go in with our e-file at 12,000 RPMs. And we're just going to get a little tighter. And I'm not so much worried about right up against the cuticle. I'm more concerned with taking away our color and removing any gel that looks like it wants to be lifting, like right in here. Okay. And on this side, let's look. Okay, let's get these one.
Susan, say
Hi. Hi, Susan. Okay, let me get your finger this way. I'm getting a little bit of the new growth, but mainly kicking off the color. And if something looks white, like this is white right in here, but this was actually a crack. So I remember what that was. I'm mainly just removing that color. And if anything looks like it's lifting, we'll go ahead and get it. Get it now. Hello. Happy wait, it's not midweek. It's Thursday. Would you call that midweek or end week? Huh? I call it end too. It's been a long week, Lord. We finally got an update on one of the dogs, the little rascal puppy. Well, he's about 13, but he had to go. He lost his eyesight like 2 weeks ago. It's been an absolute nightmare. But he had gotten an eye ulcer, and so then he got an eye infection. It's just been like one thing after another for the last 2 weeks with his eye. And he went in for his recheck yesterday, and um, they're not going to want to do surgery anymore, but they think his eye's healing, which is great. However, they think it's going to scar enough to permanently affect his eyesight, which really, really, really is sad. Because he was already blind in the other eye, and then he ended up with this problem on his good eye. So, uh, you know. And me, I'm like, well, is there anything we can do with that other eye that has the cataract, So if he is going to scar on this eye, we can get the eyesight back in the other one. Because you know how they do with us. They have stuff that they have like laser surgeries that they can do and help us out. But she said their laser surgeries right now, it's about $5,000 per eye. And that's if it hasn't gone up since, she last checked. And the surgery is like 50-50, whether it's going to work or not. And she said that the surgery is actually really hard on them and she wouldn't recommend it at his age. So that is, I mean, with the price and everything, really, and also the success rate, I'm not liking too much. That was kind of out anyway, but in case you guys were ever curious. I just hate that. I hate that he's dealing with that, and I hate that it's all of a sudden, you know? Like if it was a gradual loss of sight, I think it'd be a little bit easier to handle because he could probably learn to adjust, over time. But this was like all of a sudden, bang, like within 24 hours. So, yeah, he really, I mean, well, I bought a bunch of blind dog stuff on Amazon to help him out, and that's helped. And, but yeah, he's still having a little bit of trouble getting around. He's still on all his medicines for about another 10 days. And then we kind of see after that where we are. Okay. But I guess it's better though than the eye being infected. And she told us yesterday that the eye was so bad, and it had literally got bad. Like he was start as soon as I noticed that was having an issue, we took him in right away, and he had an ulcer. We knew that he had an ulcer, but he didn't have an eye infection. By that evening, he had the eye infection. But I thought maybe it was just from the stain. Maybe the weird color on his eye and stuff was from the stain that they used, the dyes. So I wrote the doctor, sent her a picture, and I said, "Is this from the dye?" She said, "No." And I said, "Well, then it looks worse for sure." And she said, "Well, let's just wait still, and we'll wait till we have our visit, like in 7 days." And so we did. And then by the time we went in, it was like, "Oh my God, this is a horrible infection." And actually, midweek, I had sent her. There were 3 days. There were 3 days I sent her photos to tell her I was concerned. But she didn't seem too concerned with the photos. So I thought, well, this is just the process, I guess, of the eye ulcer healing. It was not. Hi. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. So I'm just going to get her cleaned up and see if there's anything we need to clean up from underneath the nail, which I believe we may have to get a little bit. So her sidewalls are really deep, but also you could actually stick like something. She gets stuff because she gardens and everything. She'll get it up underneath her nails, and then it's real hard to get out. So we're going to work on that for her. This one I may want to go back up in and get the inside that corner just a little bit better. See, she has a little bit on this one. And a little bit on her thumb, which is the busiest thumb. Okay, let me grab a little something so we can get this out. Let's see, what is my best? Here, we'll try this one. I was trying to think what my best little scraper is going to be, but I think we'll use this one. Okay. See, it wasn't that one, it was this one. Okay, Jandy, you just let me know if it feels like I'm getting too tight, too underneath there, okay? Otherwise, I'm just going to lightly slide this up here.
J-Rob and Willadine said hi.
Hi. Okay, let's get under this one. Again, just tell me, Jandy, if it gets too sensitive or feels a little too tight. So under my nails, like I can't do this with my nails at all. My nails are all completely attached on the side.
Sore on the side.
Oh, it is sore for you? Okay. Okay, you got the tiniest bit right here.
Tuesday and Zena said hi.
Hello. Okay, Jandy, I'm going to try one more a little bit. If I can't get it, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, there we go. We got it pretty good. I'm going to go back up in here just the tiniest bit with my little e-file on this one nail. Now I can't remember if it was this one or the other one. We're going to find out, though. Just put this on 6,000 RPMs. I want to get up in that corner, and I want to get up in this corner a little bit better. Okay, let me look at your corners. Let me get this corner a little better. Okay, that one looks good. Let's get this corner a wee bit better. Okay, those corners can be little suckers. So we want to get them where we can. Okay, I'm just going to go back over her nails one more time. Just get any dust. Today for her nail art, we're going to do something really fun. We're going to do what we like to call pick a number. And we go into my phone, into my photos, and I've got several photos saved. And whatever number Jandy picks from, that's going to be what we do. And I'm trying to get she's got a little bit of kind of dirt up under these nails. And I think what I'll do, because she said it's a little sore for her. So I think what I'm going to do, since we're going to work on kind of reshaping her nails anyway, this is what I'm going to do. Let me show you. I'm going to go in with my little bitty metal file that I got from Amazon. We'll put a sleeve on. Hey, Sugar. Nail art should be fun today, Sugar. We're doing pick a number, so we don't know what she's going to do yet. It will be a surprise for everybody. All right, I'm going to go in where she has a little bit of this dirt that we kind of couldn't get out. I'm just going to go ahead and file away at that nail. Because it's okay if we remove a little bit of it, because we're going to build anyway.
Zena said, are you trying to fix her nail, or are you putting on another one?
We're gonna be creating a new one. But what I wanted to do is, there was a little bit of dirt from where she gardens up underneath her nail along the side. Well, you can see it on this one. You see, and this is sore for her under here. So I'm just gonna file away this little edge, so that way I can clean this out nicely. And then we were going to create a new shape anyway, so that'll work well. All right, now let me get in here and just there we go. So her free edge actually goes back really far. I mean, she's got a free edge up here, but then Jandy's nail's very different than like mine. You can this actually lifts on the sides. And that's the way her nails grow. That's the way they are. Okay, we don't need to take too much over here, but I am just going to kind of lightly reshape. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to use the nail that she has as kind of my form, okay? That's part of my form for rebuilding. All right. Let me get this dusted off. Let's get you ready. I need to grab my protein bond. Since we've already dehydrated the nail, I'm going to go in with my protein bond. This will help with our adhesion, of course. There we go. I needed to reshape her nails anyway because her nails grow slightly downwards, and they were getting to a length where they were really starting to be noticeably pointing downwards. Yeah, you can tell. Look at this one. Here, let me show this one. You guys see that? Well, you can probably see better with the background. So they're kind of growing downwards, and we want to fix that. We want to lift it back up. So I needed to redo that anyway. So her nails, since we're going to use the nail that she has on as kind of our form to rebuild that, the nails are going to look kind of crazy thick to begin with as we get started. But as of how like nail art and stuff usually goes, it looks a little crazy, kind of like when you get your hair done. You got all the foils in your hair and everything going on, the foils and the paper and everything else. It'll be like that on her nails for a minute, and then we'll get everything shaped up and pretty. And I wouldn't recommend doing like what I did with her nails, since she had that dirt up underneath that I couldn't get to. I wouldn't recommend doing that if you've got a nail like mine where we'll do this one, where it's like fully attached. Like I can't stick anything up underneath my nail on this side. It just so happens that Jandy's nails are like that. That's why she gets a lot of stuff trapped up underneath there. So if your nails are like that, then you can do it. If not, I wouldn't recommend it. If you're not sure, I wouldn't recommend it. All right. Let's get our product out. And I think I'm going to use, let's use our build. And let's use our build peach. And I like to put a little bit of clear in my peach, so it looks kind of like this. But I'll show you how I got this color. I'm going to put your hand right there, Jandy. Okay, so this is my my peach mixture. And let me show you how I do it. Let me find my peach. Let's see, white, blush, concealer, peach. Okay, here we go. Oh, I need Build Pink too. There's Build Pink. Okay, so I'll mix 50-50. A little bit of concealer peach by Young Nails. I'll need more than this anyway, so it's okay that we're mixing up more. I'll put let's put a good amount in here. So it's a 50-50 mixture. Just squeeze. Sometimes it's hard to get it out of the container. Okay. Okay, so you see how much I've put in there, right? I've squeezed a little bit in there. Now I'm going to squeeze equal amount of my Build Pink Synergy Gel from Young Nails. It's kind of a clear and kind of a little bit of a pink tinge to it, but they go really pretty together. And it just kind of thins out that peach, making it a little bit more of a see-through kind of color. Okay, so I've got 50-50. You guys can kind of see. And then we're going to stir these together. So I'm just going to get one of my little sticks and stir away, stirring it also into the amount that I already had, which was the same colors. And I'm just going to get that nice and mixed up. Kind of like how you mix up cake mix or anything else that's kind of a thicker consistency. You're just going to kind of stir it and then roll it, flip it, get it nice and mixed up. All right, there we go. Let me see your nails. All right. Usually the two brushes that I like to work with is now it looks worn because it is, but it's my Young Nails Master Gel brush. So it's got a little bit of a point on it. I like this one a lot, and then I love my little bitty detail brush. And I'll get a palette just so I can wipe my brush on there if I need to. If I got too much or anything like that. Can you guys see? Are you at a good distance? Or do I need to zoom in or anything? Let me know. Jandy will tell me. And I'm just going to get a little bit on my brush. And we're going to build our base layer. Uh-oh. Hang on. You know what? Hold on a minute. I got to soak my brush. I forgot I used it with something else. Hold on. Where's my brush soaker? My brush cleaner. Okay. I've got my brush cleaner I just get from the local nail supply store. And I really don't have time to soak it, but we're just going to wet it and I'm going to wipe it off. Just kind of drench my little towelette. Let me see how it feels. I feel like acetone might do us a little bit better. And I don't normally recommend acetone on your brush, but I did kind of let this dry out a little bit on accident. I really need a new one, but a little bit of acetone will help. Let me see, I'm just kind of working it in a little bit more. Okay, now it's nice and feathery. All right. I'm going to go right back into my gel, so it's going to recondition that brush immediately. So I'll get a little bit more on here. And now we can put down our base layer. Oh, that's working so much better. I'm going to go all the way to the free edge.
Candace said hi.
Hey, Candace. Now, I did want to build a little bit on this side, remember? So I'm going to get a form because I removed a little bit over here. So let me get my form. Oh, that brush cleaner is strong, isn't it, Jandy? Oh, you can't? Wow. Okay, you don't have to put this on perfectly, but I do happen to need it on this side real well, so there we go. Okay, I wanted to make sure I had a platform right in here so I can add some product. I'm going to do that now.
Is the brush specifically for nails, or can we use any brush?
This brush is specifically for nails, but honestly, you can use pretty much any, like a nail art brush would work, especially if it's got, if it's like a nice quality. You know what I mean? Okay, so I've built that little side up. I'm going to get a bigger dollop and we're going to apply this on the nail. I'm going to point her finger going down just a little bit. I'm going to kind of pillow it to the back and then pull this right down the center. And I do want more at the tip so we can lift that tip up. Remember, because she's got that downward facing nail. So I'm going to pull a little bit more towards the tip than I would say on my nails. Because I have ski slope nails, so of course I would build mine a little bit differently than how I'm building hers. I'm going to look at it from the side. I like the way that the product's looking. I do want to bring a little bit of this up in here, like a little tighter to my side. I like to pull a tiny bit a little further back and then a little bit more down this side. Okay, I want a little bit more on this side, just the side. And if I go too far, that's okay. All right, Jandy, and the nuker with that, you'll just go in there for like 15 seconds. We'll wait for her. Just that way it just kind of sets itself up.
Candy said hi.
Hello. That way it won't run everywhere on us, while we work. Okay, is that good, Jandy? Okay. All righty, let's get on this one. And I might go ahead and build each of these out a little bit more on either both sides or one side, depending on what we need. Because I don't know what our nail art's going to be, I'm going to kind of give us a little bit more range in case we want to do a little bit more of a round shape. But I like this nail. It's looking pretty good. We just need to build it up. Okay, so I've got my dollop. We'll go right on top. And if you guys have any questions, just ask. I can't read the chat right now, but Jandy can. And she'll let me know if you guys have any questions. Are y'all following any true crime cases lately? Because we got a lot of them to follow right now. I'm such a fan of true crime cases. I get really curious and I try to figure them out myself. And then, and then I'm always curious for it to get solved. But I consider that it's kind of, how we each have different things that we're kind of good at? Paying attention and listening to details was always kind of, especially details like true crime details, right? Like, don't give me details on building a rocket or anything. I'm not going to do a good job. But if it's something, understand, like that I can understand and relate to, I'm kind of good at listening real good and paying attention and putting pieces together. And so naturally, I kind of gravitate towards the stories.
J-Rob said my next door neighbor is in jail for shooting a man at the gas station.
No.
I'm following that story.
J-Rob, oh my gosh. Did they know each other? Now you're going to have me following your case. Oh, that's crazy. We had a weird neighbor one time that was like that. I lived out in the country. And believe me, I spied. I mean, not like I didn't like go over the house and spy or nothing, but I paid attention. And the nuker jandy just for like 15 seconds or 10 seconds? Probably 10 seconds will be good.
Yes, it's a small town, but it was road rage.
Oh my Lord. Wow. That is shocking. It's scary how mad people get. Okay, Jandy. You know what I mean? Okay, we're going to look from the side. Okay, I'm liking the way that's looking. I might do, okay, at the very, after I build this nail out, I'm going to come back on this one and we're just going to go swipe right down the very center. But let me go ahead and get the bulk of the product on this one. I just want them to be kind of coming straight out with enough room in there for the apex. But that way we make sure to have enough to lift it.
So you can look up chevron shooting in Grand Bay,
Okay.
Alabama, I think,
Okay, Chevrolet.
if you want to get into it. Oh, I Love Life sent a flower.
Oh, thank you. I love life. That's very sweet.
You got a star earlier from.
Oh, thank you. Gosh. Yeah, thank you so much. Look up that case, Jandy, and just get it saved on your Google if you can. So that way we'll read it tonight. Because I'm going to want to follow. Wow. You know what? That's so sad, really, J. Rob, isn't it? Because, I mean, he ruined somebody else's life, but in on top of it, too, he ruined his own life. Like, over what, you know? Traffic related? Lord. Yeah, people got to calm down. But I can see it. I know we have a lot of that kind of stuff go on in Dallas, too.
Shot him in the back 7 times.
Holy cow. Wow, he was real mad, wasn't he? Listen, aren't you glad you never made him mad? I've seen those cases too where the neighbors come out on their porch.
It is. The guy that killed the guy is 20 years old, and the guy that was killed had 4 kids.
Oh my Lord. Golly. That's something else. Yeah, that's really horrible. Yeah, he totally ruined his life. I wonder if he always had problems like that.
And I'm friends with his mom. We bring
Oh.
her eggs, and she brings us satsumas. I don't know what
Huh.
those are.
I don't either.
Definitely horrible.
Okay, in the nuker real quick.
Many lives that day.
Yeah, right?
What is a satsuma or satsumas?
Satsumas. I'm trying to think if we've had any. It sounds.
Oh, it's like a tangerine. Huh.
Oh, huh. That sounds good. Okay, let me see your fingers. There we go.
Oranges.
Oranges, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to go right down this nail just to make sure I've got enough right on top.
Oh, J. Ross said lemon and orange hybrid.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. Oh, man, don't you feel bad for his mom? Well, mom and I guess siblings are, family. Lord. This one really dips down at the nose. So, okay, nuke just for like 10 seconds. So we're going to build that one up kind of high. Well, it's going to look really high.
No, Chrissy. Nails are looking absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, we had this neighbor when I lived in the country. She was an older woman, but she sold drugs. And she had like a big deal going on over there at her house. Gorgeous house. It was, the house was built by, was it Southern Living magazine? And I guess her ex-husband had a lot of money, and even though they had divorced, he still agreed to put her up in this house, probably because it was far away from him, and I guess he probably liked it that way. Maybe it was easier for him to deal with. But she was not only selling drugs, she was also on drugs, so she was a little nutty. She took care of her mother, who was an invalid. Well, I say took care of her mother, but you know how that goes when you're a drug addict. You're not really taking care of anybody. But that's what she was doing over there. And then I don't know, something happened one night. We still don't. I never did hear of what all the details were. I called it in. I'm not going to even lie for a second, but she had dead bodies of animals in the trunk of her car, like several animals. And she had, let me get this on her real quick. It's not straight. Okay, this might be a little tricky. Okay. Um, yeah, she had dead animals in the trunk of her car. There were graves dug outside that night that she had dug. And when I ran, well, first I realized like several of her dogs were out running the neighborhood, and they didn't normally do that. And they weren't real nice dogs. So I was trying to corral them back inside her gate because I noticed her big gate was open too. So I'm trying to do that because, I worry about dogs and stuff. Dummy. Get myself in the middle of something I don't need to be in. But anyway, she comes out. No, she pulls up with her mom in the car, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, your dogs were out, and your gate's open, and so I was worried." And your he showed a little sports car. It was sitting out in the front. That was the one with the trunk that was popped, and you could see that there were dead animals in there. Her goats, and or some of her goats. Okay, go in the nuker for me real quick. I just want to get the outside of that shape set. And anyway, she got real upset at me. And I said, "Oh, it's okay. I'm going to leave. I know you can get it or whatever." And she said, "Look, I've just had a really rough night." She was all dirty and like, she was dirty with mud and dirt and blood like on her clothes and stuff. She looked like a mess. And so I went home and went and told my neighbors, I said, "Hey, what's going on over there? Because something's not right." And so we were watching, and like I said, I called the law because I knew something was going on. And after law talked to her, they come right on over to my house to tell me what they found out or whatever. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, don't let her know I called. But they did, I guess. And they said, "Well, it's just dead animals." And I said, "Did you see those graves out there that she put last night?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, there's some weird stuff that goes on over there." Because I didn't want to say it. Like, I know they have to know, but I don't know how much influence. Like, it was a small town, you know how that can be. I didn't know how much influence her family might have in this town. I don't, I didn't know her very well, and I definitely didn't know her ex-husband. But what happened next? Oh yeah, that day goes by, or whatever happened over there happened. Nobody seemed to care except for us other neighbors. And about 2 nights later, it's about 12 o'clock at night. I went to take my dog out, and I hear screaming over there, like a lady screaming. So I get the binoculars and I'm trying to like look and see what is going on over there. I can see that there's a truck like pulled up to her front gate, and people are like climbing over. And then there's somebody in a wheelchair out by her pond. I don't know what was going on out there. I called the police again because I was like, I'm not getting in the middle of it. She's got, it's country, and she's got signs, along her property saying, you know, "We'll shoot you if you, come near the property line," or whatever. So I was not going to get myself in trouble. But She left after that night and she was gone for a good while. Several people kind of rumored that the rumor was that she um, had been checked into a mental facility. Now, whether that's true, I don't know. But nobody was over there for a long time after that. I never did figure out who that was in the wheelchair, who was screaming, what was going on over there, why that truck was pulled up at the gate. But that was kind of what they did when they sold their drugs. People pulled up to the gate. Okay, Jandy, and the nuker? Creepy, creepy, creepy.
Rob said his, the lady she knows, yes, she is broken. It's so sad. Her property is up for sale now.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's awful. Man, that breaks my heart. Do you know if he always had some trouble? Like, I don't want to say, um, like always had some trouble like dealing with his feelings or being upset, or because it kind of sounds like he might have. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking her little forms off here while we're going along. Okay, so let's see. Make sure I've got that. I know I've got. Oh, I may still have to lift this one up even higher. This one I know is good. That looks good. These two need to be lifted up a little bit more. I thought I had this one up high enough, but I don't. I need to lift it right in through here, just on the top. Okay, I'm going to wipe that off my finger. Let me get another dollop right up on top, and then I'm going to have her go in the nuker because I don't want it to settle too much. Grab one more bigger dollop. If you hear snoring in the background, it's Edith. She's on a roll. Okay, in the nuker?
So, yeah, he has had emotional issues, yes.
Okay,
but
yeah.
now they're investigating his self-defense claim. The original story was the guy was shot 7 times in the back. Then the gas station video showed he had a gun but set it down and then approached my neighbor.
Oh. Huh. Okay, let me see you. Oh, that should be interesting to hear what comes of it. Yeah, that's a mess. I always I hate when you hear these stories, and just so many lives ruined. Not just the people, and not like you were saying, it's not just the people that died, even it's the family members who have to live on, through everything after something like that.
And my girl said, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, relax your thumb so I can get this on. Oh, we may have to do this a little bit different. Let's see. Because this goes a little bit further up this side, so I just want to kind of wrap it around so I can build. Okay, relax. There you go. I was like, I need to get in there. Okay, I'm going to build this side first, where I took away. This is going to be a little different because I'm building the side. Okay, and I want to go smooth this just a little bit more up into here. Okay, let's do a little bit more attached to the nail. And I want to lift this up just a little bit. Okay, if you'll nuke that, Jandy, for 10 seconds. Be careful going in. I'm going to grab another form. Okay, let me see you. All right. Okay, relax a little bit because I know your thumb is always going to be a little tense. I'm going to come right along this edge again, and we're going to build this side. I know it looks funny, huh?
Tammy P said hello, hello.
Hello, Tammy. How are you?
Late to the party, Tammy.
I know. We're building Jandy's sidewalls, so it looks a little funny. Okay, if you'll nuke that for me. As long as we get the shape of that nail going all the way across, then I can build on top and lift it as high as we need it.
Anime girl said, question.
Yep.
How do you get it off? Is it her real nails or acrylic?
Oh, her real nails. Let me show you, Jandy. So these are her real nails too. Let's see if you can tell. Her real nail starts like right, like midway down. So this is actually gel. The extension was done with gel, but then her nail will grow out. So as we go along and her nail continues to grow, eventually the whole, the extension will come off because through filing and shortening it and stuff, but then it'll be her nail up underneath. Okay, let me see you.
He said, I'm killing a wasp at the moment.
Oh gosh, Tammy, get it. Yes, get that wasp. Okay, let's gently get this off because I want to keep that extension that we built. So I'm just going to very gently, because she hasn't cured it fully. There we go. We got it. Okay, get that out the way. Okay, now see, it looks a little crazy, right? But that's okay because we just needed it to come out further. So now let me get a bit. I need a bigger dollop than that. Okay. Bigger dollop than that. Thumb always takes a lot. So this is my gel, and I'm just going to go right on top. I'm going to tilt her little finger downwards, knock that gel off, and just kind of roll it around. It kind of warms it up and gets it wanting to flow a little better for you. And then I'm going to go from side to side.
Move the wasp out the door.
Oh, good. Gosh. I'm really allergic to wasp and bees. I wasn't growing up, but after I got lupus, that's one of the problems that I have. It's a bad problem, though, to have. Okay, I'm going to bring this all the way down, and then we'll probably still need to apply more to lift up her tip because she's got that downwards growing nail.
Tammy's allergic too.
Oh, you are? Yeah, get those things out of there. So many people are allergic to them. I just wouldn't even want to find out, you know? I mean, I know I am because I've been bit, but bit and had a problem already. But, all right, I'm going to go ahead and apply it really thick on the side, just because I know we wanted to build that out anyway. And then on this side, I need a little bit more right in here. Okay, I want to get in this little tiny little hole corner right here, but I don't want to get it on the skin, so I'm going to pull her skin away. And with my little brush, I'm just going to work this in.
Anime girl says she has no allergies. I'm so lucky.
Oh yeah, dang. You are. Cover this little hole. Okay, and the nuker? And go in the nuker for like 15 seconds if you would, Jandy. I'm probably still going to have to lift it up just a little bit. Look, we almost used all of our gel that we made. But I'm making them pretty thick because we want to lift. A facelift. Okay, let me see you. Okay, let's see. I'm going to turn it on its side. It's still, see how it's kind of nose diving right here? So from about here, I want to lift this up.
J-Rob's allergic to a lot of stuff. It stinks.
Mm-hmm, does. Me too. And sometimes I'm allergic to things and then sometimes I'm not. But I just always have to assume I'm going to be allergic to like pineapple. Sometimes I have a problem, sometimes I don't. But it's just best to assume that I'm going to have a problem all the time so that way I don't get myself in trouble. At least, and this probably isn't a good thing, but at least with the pineapple, it's just like my face and my neck that swells. I know that's not a good thing either, but okay, nuke. And you're going to nuke your whole hand for 60 seconds.
Anime says I am just a picky eater, but I get asked if I'm allergic to stuff I don't like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We have Jandy's sister is allergic. Well, I said, I almost said, so Jandy's sister hates onions, like just regular onions. So she tells people she's allergic to them. That way they don't like accidentally put it in her hamburger or something. Because she says if she doesn't say she's allergic, they're going to put it in her hamburger. Food wise, I don't think I have a whole lot of problems other than the pineapple, which I think is a big one for a lot of people. Okay, I'm going to clean my brush. I'm just going to wipe it along here. Once I get the color out and my brush looks like this, I'm just going to bring it back to a point, like how I like it.
I think that's a good idea. Just tell people you're allergic.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
J-Rob says I don't eat onions either.
You really? Jandy doesn't either, unless Jandy likes them if they're well cooked or like sautéed. Yeah, yeah. She can eat them. She just doesn't like the texture. Do you care for the taste though either, or you don't really?
Onions are alright if they're cooked.
Yeah,
Like
but I
them
mean,
raw, though.
yeah, the raw ones. Do you just not like the texture of it, or do you the taste? My grandma used to eat raw onion, like a yellow raw onion, and peanut butter mixed in a sandwich.
Tammy said I used to say that when I was little if it was something I didn't care for. Grace says me too. Raw onions, gross.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I thought maybe it was the texture though that you didn't like.
I eat them if they're in like tuna or something.
Yeah,
Those are raw.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna grab my gloves. I meant to wear my gloves when we very first started because
Because people lose their mind.
yes, people lose their mind about me not wearing gloves. I don't really care a whole lot, um, except for the fact that I had to break up Edith the other day. Got into like a little fight with the kitty, and I had to break them up, and I got like some little bitty tiny scratches. And I know I've got scratches, and don't want people having a fit. So
So it cracks me up when people say, "Oh, don't worry, you can't taste them." Bullshit. If you couldn't taste them, then why put them in there?
I agree with that for sure.
Tammy P agrees.
Yeah, I do too. All right. Before we shape, no. Well, let's pick our nail art before we shape. Okay, so I know I think I saved, let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, 18 photos, Jandy. I've got saved on my phone. And you're going to pick a number 1 through 18, and that will be the nail art that we do. So I've got kind of a little bit of everything going on in here. I'll show you guys in case you're curious. And these are going to be our inspo photos for what we do, depending on what she draws. I love this set right here. I love that color. And then there's a little bit of a different look. These ones I thought were really cool. I want to do those sometime. This one I think Jandy would really like that. I think she'll like that one too, but I think she'll really like that one. That one was cool. You know, this is very in right now, having this line going through here, like on that one and also this one. It's a very, very hot trend. And I haven't done it yet, so these I love. Ugh, love. Look how cute those are. Okay, that's what we've got. All right, Jandy.
13.
13, she said. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh my gosh, she chose the ones I thought that you would like. You just so chose it. Okay. I think you're going to like them, Jandy. It's got Jandy's favorite colors in it. All right. That's the look we're going to do. So I'm just going to do kind of the shape that she had before, just kind of a soft almond. All right, let's get our dust extractor out here. Let's get our file. I don't want to use this particular file that I've got sitting over here, so let me change my Tammy Taylor. You picked an easy nail art one, Jandy. Shockingly. And I gave myself some hard ones, didn't I, guys? I could have had a real hard time.
Lucky number 13.
Yeah, I like to challenge myself though too. So I would have had fun either way. And some of those designs, if there's one that I showed that you really, really like, just put something down in the comments and tell me which one. Say, number, blah, blah, blah. And I'll be sure to make a video on it. How about that?
Silvana says hello.
Hello, Ivana. Let me get my file on here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove the little sharp edges since it's a brand new file. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of helping myself out, and I'm going to come in here and lift up from underneath. And I'm not lifting a whole bunch because I know we're going to have to probably keep lifting that tip, but I want to lift it a little bit. Go ahead and get that started. And I can tell I need to still lift it over here, okay? And then I want to come right over top and just 90-degree angle and make sure that we've got a nice straight shape starting to form. Okay, do the same over here. And we're just coming straight out from the sidewall. Let me show them real quick. So straight out from the sidewall. And I can lift up a little bit higher over here. And I can tell just from looking down the barrel that this side's a little lower. So I can come up a little higher at the tip. Okay. And then straight down my sides. Just 90 degrees. All right. Same over here. Now her middle finger likes to really dip down. So I'm going to turn you, Jandy, just to the side. I'm going to pull the skin back a little bit. Lift this up.
And he said, I saw the video about lighting. You should try the Young Nails desktop light.
Oh.
Bought one on Whatnot, and wow, it's bright. I think I'm gonna love it.
Oh, okay. Y'all have to do. You know what? Actually, I've got a client that has that, and she asked me not too long ago if I wanted to switch her my Melody Susie. And I had 2 Melody Susies, so I said, no, I'm fine. But you know what? I think since you said that, I think I might do that.
Grace said, is the light reflected oddly on the nails, or is that a result of nail growth?
Let me see. Let me look. Probably a little of both, possibly. Oh, we applied gel, so I bet that's it's probably just the dollop from the gel that I've got sitting up top. Probably, if I had to guess. We're gonna shape it. Gonna get to it. But I bet that's what it is. Okay, let's come straight out. Straight out over here. There we go. Okay, this needs to be lifted up just a hair. I want to get right up to your skin, Jandy. There we go. Okay. You got to do something? Oh, she's got to. Okay. There you go. I was wondering, Jandy looked like she wanted her hand. I thought, what are you going to do? Okay, we see how much it's growing down. We want to lift that up. I'm coming straight out from that sidewall, and then I can take my tip a little higher since her nails like to grow down. It'll kind of help us out to have it growing just a hair up from that. This one's kind of weird because we built the side. All right, let's see. I know I can come up more at the free edge. Let's look down the barrel. Okay, we're good. Let's come out from our side. Okay, this side. Alrighty. And your thumb. We also extended our sidewall over here, so it'll be a little bit further out than what we need it to be. But as long as we're going along and trying to make things straight, might as well start there. Okay, now we can get the side. Okay, I'm gonna feel, okay, we can still come in more over here. All right, we'll get the rest of it with the e-file.
Also, what is that the hands are? Reminds me of our internet.
Oh, it is like a vent. So it's a vacuum, a shop like a shop vac, or groomers have vacuums like this as well. So it tries to pull all the dust in. Now, I mean, could it work better? Absolutely, but the prices on them are they kind of vary. I think this one was like around 350 maybe, or 250 or 250 or 350, something like that. I like it. It does the job for me. You know, I don't do a whole ton of clients, so it's fine for me. But they do have really advanced ones that get a lot better, of course. But they like ones that go over and stuff like that. I can't really use the one that goes over. Okay, to shape her hand a little bit better, I'm going to use this so I can lean her hand off. Alrighty, there we go. I just shape better if I can kind of hang the finger down straight. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to start at the free edge. I'm going to look at where my center is kind of coming together. I'm going to get my tip first, and then I'm going to work my way back up to the sides. And just not take it, you know, we want this to be straight right here at the sidewall. So you'll want to keep that in mind. That way you don't cut in too far on your sides. I can come in a little bit more. And just ignore the fact that it's bumpy up here because we're going to work on that next. Okay. And we're going to marry my view and her view. So I'm going to hang her hand down and look at it. We're going to get these as straight as we can get them, and then we'll flip it, get her view, get them straight as we can get them, and then I'll turn it back over, do a little bit more just refining, just to make sure that we're marrying the two out of what she can see and what I can see. That way she is as even as I can get her. Whether you're looking at her nails or she's looking at her nails. I can come in a little bit more over here. And right in here. Okay. Your finger, Jandy, this finger always reminds me of your mother's hands. Yeah. No, there's two fingers that remind me of your mama's in particular, you know. Okay. Let's get this one. Find our center. Were they too long, Jandy? Okay. I assumed that you wanted to keep them about the same length, so.
Jean says hi.
Hello, Jean. Okay, work my way back. Okay. Clear it off if you need to, if it's too dusty. Now, I really like to focus on my shaping because I feel like that's an area where I like to get it as close to perfect as I can get it, so, because it drives me nuts if it's not. And I will catch it and it'll drive me nuts. Probably more so than it would even drive Jandy nuts. Okay. I feel like it needs to come in just a wee bit more over here. Still, it's too bulky over here. Keep it, I don't want it to be pointed, but just soft. Soft. This needs to come in more. Okay. And some people's hands, I'm going to show you on her thumb. Some people's fingers will naturally, point kind of in a crooked direction. So I kind of try to, as I'm trying to hang it straight, I'm also keeping that in mind. That way I can adjust for that. Like that fingers can be a little bit wonky. Okay. Okay, get the idea of where it's in the middle. And then we can work our way back. And these two are very similar in size, so I really try to make those two very, very similar shape. I mean, they're all going to be similar shape, but you know what I'm saying. That's the one I'll kind of compare it to. Instead of just comparing it to its neighbor, I'll really compare these two because they're about the same size. This needs to be lifted from underneath. Okay, come a little bit more pointed over here. Okay. See her thumb, how it likes to go this way. Do you see that? So I try to hang it straight, but it doesn't like hanging that way. So I'm just going to try to manhandle it a little bit. Remember where the center is. Try to get the center going. And this thumb always throws me off too, because as I'm holding it, getting the shape, and then I'll let it go and it'll drift back over, and then it won't be, it won't appear as straight to me, of course. Okay, let's get this. This one I'll be able to shape a little bit better too once we file the top down. Sometimes with it being thick, either on the bottom or the top, it can kind of give a different illusion of what it looks like, of how straight it is. And I feel like this one I'm going to have a better time with once I get it on top. All right, so let's switch out, Jandy, if you don't mind. I'm going to move your hand, and I'm going to move this out the way and move our dust collector back so we can get the top. All right, let's get my bit again that I was using before when we were removing our bulk. Here, let me dust you off again while we're waiting. Did you guys watch anything good this weekend or this week? Did you catch anything good last night? We watched, so I told you true crime, of course, we watch a lot of. And last night on News Nation on YouTube, they had a great, like 2 hour little series on with real famous like psychologists and profilers. Very, very, very interesting. My favorite guy was on there. His name is Dr. Gary, and he's brilliant. And also Dr. Ann Burgess. She is one of the characters that they made Mindhunter after. So if you like things like that, it's very interesting. They talk about the Nancy Guthrie case. All right, so I'm going to get to shaping. We're going to shape her nails a little differently because I want to keep a lot of this straight. It's just going to slightly come down because I want to take off some of the bulk from underneath instead of on top. But I still want my apex to look nice. Can they see pretty good, Jandy? Can you guys see pretty good? Okay. I'm just running it very lightly. I like to get my sides and my back, of course, as thin as possible. It made me so happy though the other day. Somebody actually, like one of my clients, complimented me on it. She was like, "I love how you do my back and my sides. Like you can't even tell when, like when the new growth started coming out." And I was like, "Oh gosh, I try on that. That's something I really focus on." So I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." But then when she said it, she was in front of another client, and she was like, "I know." So proud of myself. All right, this one's already kind of facing down a little bit, so I don't want to. I want to be real light-handed. Okay. So I'm going to leave that top pretty much where it is, but we are going to come down our sides and shape this up a little bit. So I'm just kind of hitting anywhere that just needs a little bit of shaping. Sometimes you need to kick that dust off so you can see better. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's a new bit for me, so sometimes she gets a little, I got to be real light-handed with her. Okay, let's start at this back because we want this pretty flush. Okay, then I'm going to turn her finger. All right. And again, I know it's going to dip down a little bit.
Sandra said hi. I just sat at my desk to do my nails and talk to you live.
Hey, Sandra. Good to see you. You been busy lately? Okay, and I'm just kind of rolling this finger and looking at it down the barrel to see where I might want to shape it a little bit better. Let's get this side.
These kids, they keep me busy, busy.
Ah, I bet. I know what I feel that way about the animals, so I can imagine.
I'm happy school's almost over.
Ah, I would be too. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. It is almost over. Gosh, my niece and nephew are going to be seniors next year. Okay, I just want this barely kind of tilting down. Make sure my apex is in there, but I do want it to be kind of straight, so not kind of straight. I do want it to be more straight at the tip than rounded. Okay. Now let's work our way around. Okay, let's get over here. Get that looking nice. I do want to kind of go right over the top. Okay. I'm going to clean it just a little bit so I can see. There we go. I wish I did have one of those really, really nice, like $2,000 dust extractors for filming. That would be so awesome. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford it. Who knows? I was looking the other day to see if I could build something myself. Okay, let me turn you this way. Want to kind of get rid of the curve going on. Okay, I like that. Okay. All right, now let's come down our side walls. And I know I needed to get my side over here a little bit more than... There we go. It was a little bulky. Same over here. It was a little bulky, so let's get the dust out the way so I can see. There we go. Okay. All right, let's get you cleaned off. And let's do a little bit of hand filing. Plus, since our nail art is so easy, we can focus a little bit more on the shape and get it just right. Because everybody knows we only got so long before the dogs start throwing a fit because it's dinner time. All right, get you cleaned off, get me dusted off. Let's remove this and get a fresh one.
I was going to fold my laundry and was going to sit down to do my left hand to finish my set. I've been walking around 3 days with only one hand.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you sound like me. Yep. But you know what, though? That's probably a big reason why I enjoy doing it so much. Because I just take my time. I like to make sure that I like what I'm going to be doing and that I'm going to enjoy the whole process. So if I don't feel like if I'm like, I'm going to do my nails tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes and I'm not feeling it, then I don't worry about it. I make sure I've got either a rubber base on or just a layer of regular base, like Madame Glam's base and a top coat, just something to kind of keep it from breaking. Okay, I'm going to go in with my little bitty sharper file.
Said I have bright orange slick pour on and Goldie Girl on.
Oh, wow, nice. Oh, I love orange. Orange is one of my favorite colors. Okay, I'm just going to barely go over this. Just if I see like I want to hit a certain spot. This is 100 grit file, right? Yep, 100 grit file. So I'm going to be real careful and not touch anything I don't want to touch, that I don't want to get. And then we'll switch to a finer, not sanding band, buffer. Huh?
Tammy said I'm gonna like the design.
I know, me too. Yeah. I mean, it's a little simple, but you know what? I love both. I love crazy and I love simple. I'm not a huge fan of like a ton of diamonds on top of the nail. And I'm not a huge fan of wearing a lot of the raised nail art. But I like to look at it and I like the way it looks. And I have fun playing with it. But Jandy's kind of the same way. Like she doesn't like wearing all the things on top of the nail. Unless it's encapsulated, of course.
Sandra said I'm taking my bright orange off. It's out of my comfort zone, but I enjoyed the color a lot.
Oh, I do love bright orange. I have one of the best bright oranges. Let me show you. Hang on. It's one of my favorites. I've only worn it once. And I haven't had a client pick it yet. I don't think they understand, though, how great of an orange it is. But I'm going to show you. It's in a prey color, too. Like, I told you I love orange. And I was looking for this one particular orange, and I kept seeing it everywhere. I kept seeing all the brands coming out with it. And then when I had to decide which one I was going to use, I was like, I'm going to go for a prey because I know with a prey, it's very intense on the color, and I can do it really thin. Let me get the color. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. It's like fire orange. Oh, it's so nice. I mean, it matches the bottle perfectly. So pretty. You got to be real perfect, though, putting it on. It's like a red polish, While she's up and getting that, I'm going to grab my blacks. Let's see. Black. Grab my white just in case. And my other black. Okay. All right, so I've got kind of a jelly black. I grabbed a white in case we want to thin anything out. And then I've grabbed a black. And grab something else. Stone. Okay. And then I'm going to grab just a neutral color so we can melt the colors in there. Okay. We'll put that out the way. All right, let's finish your shape. We're almost.
Tammy said I need to enjoy the design, but when I get to do the other hand, I change my mind and end up doing it all over again. I have cherry mocha from Madame Glam and rub Madness Cat Eye on top from it.
Ooh.
Also.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
J-Rob.
You do the same thing like me too. I get bored by the other hand too. I'm like, I'm ready for something. I'm already ready for something else. It's horrible.
This
It's
is
so bad.
lychee bloom, kind of pinky orange. I just got Cinnabar from my client.
Oh,
Badgered orange.
yes. Ooh.
I guess the one you had looks like Cajun crawfish. All these southern
Okay.
women down here wear it.
Ah, okay. Is Southern Crawfish, is that OPI or is that D&D? Or am I wrong even on those?
Tammy said Ruby Madness from Mountain Glen.
Ah, Ruby Matte. Ooh, that's pretty, I bet.
Sandra said, yeah, that's like the one I had on, but mine has a metallic shimmer.
Oh my gosh. What? You're going to have to tell me the name of that one.
OPI, but they both have a version.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking at something on D&D last year whenever I grabbed that color, and they had a real pretty one, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was very similar. But I'm not the biggest D&D fan, and so when I had to pick, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go. They're all about the same price. I mean, I think the Apres is a little bit more. I think it was like 18, so 18 and change for a bottle, but and we got this pretty good. So I'm just gonna use my alcohol. We're going to get underneath her nail next. Clean it off. Okay, I'm going to get under your nail. Let me switch bits because I like to work with this bit for the underneath.
It's Light Elegance off with their heads.
Oh, Light Elegance. Ooh, I love Light Elegance. I've only tried polishes twice. I have like 2 polishes, and I love them. I feel like I don't gravitate to them enough. I need to use them more. Now I'm going to leave her nails a little thicker than say I would my own. Not real thick, but still a little thicker than I would my own. Mainly because Jandy, like I said, she gets out, she gardens, she does all the things. And Jandy, you just tell me if it gets a little warm, okay? I'm lifting it up so I can go a little bit more, but I'm also paying attention.
Alyssa said the thing might be a little overfilled near the cuticle, or is the color more translucent?
Oh, yes. Yep, color's more translucent.
J. Rob said, actually, I think the OPI name is Cajun Shrimp.
Oh, Cajun Shrimp.
And Gotti version is crawfish.
Ah, okay. I didn't know Gotti had one.
She said on the thumb.
Oh.
Alyssa was saying on the thumb.
Let me look at it. We'll look at it here in like 2 shakes. I'll be over there. I want to get this thinner. Is your neck hurting, Jandy? It is? Okay, she's not saying it's getting warm, but we're still applying away. I don't want to put too much pressure because it will get warm for sure. Okay, I'm gonna, well, no, I need it a little bit thinner still. I may move on to another nail and then we'll come back to that one because I don't want it to get too hot. There we go. Okay, let's get your thumb. There you go. Yeah, her thumb is real thick under here. So it's about as thick as that middle finger we were working on. I try to make sure I get it nice and smooth feeling and where it looks really thin, especially at the tip. But I like to leave you know, on her, I like to leave a little bit of bulk. Okay, let me look at this thumb a little bit better. Like she was saying, let's see what we got going on. It is really thin at the back, but probably get it a little thinner on the side where we built it. And right up in here. Okay. Let me see. I don't want to make it too thin, but I can probably still thin it out a little bit in through here. And I want to keep it up, not bring the tip down too far. Okay, relax your hand. There you go. Gosh, that's so much better when you relax your hand. I don't feel like I'm fighting. We're playing thumb war. There we go. Okay, I feel good about that actually. Okay, let me go up underneath if I need to bring it straight anywhere that we need to. We don't need to do too much, but.
Lisa said, I think it looks too thin at the back.
Oh no, I like it like that at the back. I mean, you can't see where it starts, but I kind of like that, you know? We were just actually kind of talking about that. Like I kind of I like it when it's really thin at the back. Now it's not too thin on her apex area, but at the very back, yes, I like to keep it thin. Smooth that out just a bit more. There we go. I can lift this up a little higher. Okay. And let's lift this up. I can see that I can lift this tip up a little higher.
Rob says the beauty of YN gel is it can be thin and strong.
Oh yeah, I know, right? I love that. Okay, let's get you dusted off and cleaned up. Now we're ready for our nail art. Now that we have mucked around with the shaping till till we can't get it any more nicer. Okay, let me go this way. Hi, Rascal. Okay, let's get our nail art inspo so I can kind of see what they got going on. Let's see. Nope, not that one. This one. Okay, and it was. It was this one. Okay, all right, so that's what we're looking for. I'll zoom in on just a couple of them. Now, I could use my inks to do this. I wonder if that wouldn't be the better thing to do, but I think I'm just going to use my, I think I'm just going to use my gels. I think that I'm just going to stick with gels. We'll see how that comes out. But really, you could probably do it either way. I think inks, though, would be pretty, too, because you could really get that streaky effect.
Kiana says hi.
Hello.
Sandra, Trisha and India also say hi.
Hello.
Sandra says she hadn't been on the last 2 Saturdays, but I'll be back this Saturday for a Mother's Day built-in French. I'm gonna do
Oh,
acrylic
nice.
and 1 gel.
Very cool. I love that. Yeah, I like well, I like to work with gel, but I like both products. I love building the hybrids. Those might be my favorite. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, I'm going to get my Zen. This is in the color Stone. It's number 2. And something else that I like about these, let me tell you this because I ran across something the other day and I was wondering what other gels were like this because I can't remember. But I love that the Zen, which is by Zerno, they have your builder gel in the pot, which is, you know, a lot thicker. And then they have builder gel in a bottle, which is a lot thinner. So if you're someone that likes to build with a color and then use the matching top coat, not matching top coat, matching thinner gel for the color, you can do that with these. I just happen to have two different colors. I don't want to use, if that's, let me see what, I think this might be a little bit more purpley than, oh no, it's pinky. Okay. Yeah, this color does not match this color very well. And actually, I want more of a beigey. Let me grab a beige. Okay, let's see if this is my beige. Okay, I got my beige. All right, let's try this. I'm going to do beige all over the nail. And then I'm going to use my blooming gel to create that effect.
Thunder usually goes on around 8:30 Eastern.
Okay, very good. Okay, Eastern, okay. I don't want to build bulk. I just want the color. And this matches really well. And I'm just doing the all over color just to make sure it's really that color all over and that you can't tell like how you were, how, I can't remember who it was that was saying that the bag might be, you know, too thin by the cuticle area. This way you're really making sure that you're evening out that tone of the nail.
Cheryl said hi.
Hello, Cheryl. Yeah, if you guys know of any other gel companies that are like that, that have like the thicker builder gel and then the matching thinner gel to use like a polish, like a color polish, let me know because I was trying to remember that the other day.
Linda Davis said the nails look so good.
Thank you, Linda. This is my favorite kind of nail. Just nice and clean. But I do love the wild nail too. Like I said, I go both ways as far as that goes. I like them all. I like wild. I like colorful. I love glitter.
Nail Thoughts does that, I believe.
Oh, okay, Nail Thoughts. Maybe that's where I saw it. That would make sense. I know I saw it somewhere else. And I was like, ooh, I'll have to remember that. I want to get back in that corner a little better. Okay, and the Nuclear Jandy, you'll go for a full 60 seconds. I'm going to grab my blooming gel. I love blooming gel because I feel like you can do so much. So many art techniques with blooming gel. Okay, let's grab my little palette that we had. And let me just put some down here. I'm going to put this, the kind of more liquidy, a jelly, and a darker black. We don't need a whole lot, huh? Because a little bit. There we go. Because it's really just a little bit here and there bloomed out. Okay, let's get that ready. Get my blooming gel ready. Get my art brush ready. Art brush, where are you? I'm going to use my my ombre brush for this. So I'll get that set up here. Are you ready, Jandy? There you go. Felt like it should be a minute already. Okay. Let's get our blooming gel. I think I'll do one nail first, and then we'll see how many we can do at one time. I'm going to dip into my darker. And let's do kind of a solid, kind of a brush through a little bit. And a bigger solid kind of down here. And brush it through. Okay. I'm going to kind of let that do its thing. And I think I want to add just like a little bit of some more lines. Get a little bit more on my brush. Okay, I like that. What do you guys think? Okay, nuke that real quick. Okay, let me see you. We're just kind of freezing it into place. Okay, let's do our next one. And I'm just kind of also making sure I put my blooming gel down kind of nice and smooth. And let's go, we'll do the same kind of direction. This time I just use my jelly. And then I'm going to go back in and grab the darker. And darker. I know.
Asked how she did afterward. I said she was exhausted.
Okay, while that's blooming out, I'm going to go ahead and do another nail. Try to do another one at the same time. I think I'm going to go, well, do I want to go in a, yeah, I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm going to mix it up. They didn't mix it up on their photo, but I'm going to mix it up. Okay, so let's go kind of in this corner. And I'm going to pull it kind of like this. And then go darker. Darker. Okay, let that kind of do its thing. I think I want to get a little closer to the cuticle on this one. Okay, let that bloom. Let's do another one. And I think I'll do this one the same direction that we just did that last one. Kind of coming from a different angle. Make sure I lay that down pretty straight. Get a little more. Get more of the dark, dark black. I think I'll put it kind of on this side more. I kind of hope that thins out right in there a little more. Let me get my, I'm going to take my color off my brush and try to kind of work that out a little bit.
User 1, 2,
There we go.
3 said I'm back. Do you remember me?
Ooh, I don't at the moment, but maybe you'll have to remind me. I'm going to go ahead and do the next finger. I feel like we're going pretty good. And this one, I'm going to do like we did the first two.
Just user 1, 2, 3. I just finished cancer treatment. I'm so happy.
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
Thank you to
Yay.
y'all who got me through it.
Well, I'm so glad that you came through it and you're, are you all done, all done? How's that going? How'd they say that you're doing?
Yeah, I just rang the bell.
Oh, wow. Dang. Well, congratulations. That's huge. Yeah, you're going to have to celebrate. I need to go back to my oncologist for a visit soon. Okay, I need a little bit more black. I'm running out of my black. Well, I'm happy for you. Be sure and celebrate it. You deserve it. Okay, let that kind of do its thing. Let's look over here. Okay, I like where this is going. This might be running a little bit more than what I would like, so I'm just going to wipe it off a little in there. Let me wipe. Just going to kind of dot. Okay, to keep it where I like it, I'm going to get my little flash tool and we're going to set it. I'm just going to grab my little light and we're going to give her a quick little flash cure because I like where these are, but I think my thumb is still probably going. Well, I just actually, okay, go in the big light, Jandy. You'll go for 60 seconds. All right, let me get my fingers cleaned off now. What did I do with my, here's my paper. Okay. All right, get my fingers wiped off so now I don't get black everywhere. Let me get my top coat ready. I'm so excited. I like how these are coming out. I think they're really, really pretty. I think I did a little bit more black than what they have in the photo, but I like it. Because this is what the photo looks like. So they don't have as much black. I feel like they don't have as much black as I have. But I like what we've got. Okay, I've got my soap gel top coat. Jandy's got 10 more seconds left. All right, Jandy, come on. Yeah, I've got more black on mine. And theirs are all going in one direction. You see? And mine are going in multiple direction. But I kind of like that. I feel like it adds a little something different.
Carolyn said, can you tell your client that you will do free nails?
I could. I mean, yeah. Jandy, I'll do free nails. Forever, for the rest of your life.
Alicia said, that's okay. Inspo is the name of the game.
Yep.
That's what I tell myself.
Should I add some silver in here? What do you guys think? Should I do like a matte top coat and then add some silver streaks with the chrome? It might be cute. I feel like maybe, yeah. We can kind of set ourselves apart from the photo that way too. Since that's our inspo, we don't have to copy it exact. Let's do a top coat.
Echo gray. Yes, I was thinking gold.
Oh, gold. I love gold, but Jandy's a silver girl. She's not a gold girl.
Amy said silver would look nice.
Okay, we'll do silver. I do love the gold though. I think I might be able to do rose gold this weekend maybe. I've got a client that she wants to do chrome. She told me, bring all your chrome. That's what she said. When you come, bring all your chrome.
Chrome convert.
Mm-hmm, she is.
Thank all the people that you've used it on.
Yeah. I need to get some more chrome because I don't have like so I have a couple of shades of like the chrome that's just very, very light and just adds like a tint of whatever color. I've got more chrome that does like a full metallic look, you know. And I think she's wanting like the slight hint of the color. So I might run by the nail store tomorrow. If I'm going to run by the nail store, I have to do it tomorrow. Because Saturday we'll go over to her house. So
User 1223. I live in the UK, but had to move to Texas for a couple of years for cancer treatment.
Ah. Well, do you like it here or are you going back? I suppose you could like it both places, really, but.
Melissa said Amazon overnighted the chromes.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, Nuke. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, let me grab my silver chrome. Okay, I've got my silver chrome. And we'll just do like some little scattered highlights. Where's my little brush? Let's see, I think I already put my little brush up.
Emily said, I love it.
I do too, Emily. Isn't it pretty? I think it's coming out real pretty. And I think I'm going to like the little addeds that we're doing here. The little added things.
User said we're back already, but I really like Texas because it was warm. But
Yeah, yeah. That's why a lot of people like it here is the heat. Hey! Okay, guys, sorry. I had to get up and grab some paper towels. I didn't know Edie was going to be crazy.
Emily said I have to go, but hope you have a good day.
I hope you do too, Emily. Have a good one. Okay, let me see your fingers, Jandy. All right, I'm putting a little bit of top coat on my table here. Let's see what we. Oh, that looks really. Oh, I like it matte too. Oh, that's pretty matte. I'm really liking it matte. Okay, where's my top coat? I've lost it. Okay. All right, get some top coat on my brush. And then I'm just going to kind of follow some of the little lines in here. Just real lightly. And I think I'm going to kind of outline some of the areas. Like I'll outline it here a little bit. And then we'll add a little bit through here. Let's outline this a little bit. I hear you, little rascal. Okay. I'm kind of doing a little different each one, so kind of outlining a little bit of it and then coming up with some lines. Okay. Let's do this one. I'm going to outline that. Let's run some little lines through here and outline that. Okay, nuke it, Jandy. I think I might keep it matte after we'll see. What do you guys think? Do you think once I get the silver on, think about if I want to keep the rest of it matte and just cover the chrome, or, okay, come on out, Jandy. Or do we want to do the whole thing like shiny, not shiny, you know what I mean, with the shiny top coat. Okay, I'm going to get this rubbed in. It's going to look like it's everywhere for a minute. Wait, I'm going to take my glove off because I feel like my finger's going to do a better job. Okay. Yeah, my finger does a better job of shining it up. Okay. I got a little much on this one. We'll have to wipe some off. So it looks like it's everywhere. We're going to clean it up though. I feel like this one was not all the way cured. That's how I'm feeling about this one over here.
Garden this week, Matt might get super dirty.
Ah,
Gloves usually.
yeah. Jandy tries to wear her gloves most of the time, but a lot of times we just happen to be outside and we're like waiting for the dogs to go to the bathroom or whatever it is we're doing. Go in the nuke for just like 10 seconds. We'll be out there doing stuff, waiting on the dogs or whatever. And then she'll get to picking weeds. And then before you know it, she's in the garden and she's, getting the bucket and she doesn't have her gloves. So, okay, you're ready. All right, let's get this chrome off of anywhere that we don't want it.
How often do you do my nails?
Pretty much every 3 weeks, I would say, because we rotate between your fingers and your toes. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm just trying to get that silver off of anywhere that I don't want it. I think that's pretty though. Gives it a very different look. Get it all wiped off. Wonder if it would show up more though if I did. I feel like in a couple of spots, like right in here, it wasn't cured all the way or something. I'm gonna get a little bit of alcohol on this sponge because I'm about to have to get another sponge anyway. And I'm just going to kind of clean off in some spots, like where I really want it to be that dark color. Like right in here. Okay, let me switch sponges. And like right, I see another little spot that I want it to be a little bit more right in through here. Okay, let's get this off. So I'm just using like a clean sponge. It likes to collect that chrome that was on the mat, where we don't need it, where we don't want it. So I'm gonna also right in through here. It looks like it's got a couple of specks. I feel like it was the same over here. Let me get this one. Okay. All right. And then over here on this one, I bet we're gonna hit the same problem. Okay, I'm gonna clean it best I can with the dry sponge.
Emmeline Rosa Sutton Beatrice Flo.
Put some alcohol. There we go. Ah, yes, okay. All right. Now, this one, I really think the main problem was it just didn't cure very well on some of this. But it's coming off. It's coming off nice. I just want it to be a little darker with no glitter on some of it. Okay, what do you guys think? Do we want to keep it matte and just top coat the silver, or should we shine the whole thing? Do shiny top coat on the whole. Let me know in the comments what you think. I am kind of feeling like maybe matte, but what do I know? It's really pretty though. Okay, any advice for us, Jandy?
6:37 here. She's going to bed because it's 12:36.
Ah, okay. Any advice on if we
Echo likes it as is.
Okay.
Rob, I like the matte.
Okay, we'll do matte then. All right, let me just clean this off. Okay, and then let me just top coat our little bits of silver So that's a little tedious, but it's a must. Otherwise, when she washes her hands, every time she washes her hands, it'll come off. We don't want that. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put some more top coat on my tablet. Maybe a little bit more than that because I can't see it. Okay. And then I'm just going to focus on the shiny bits.
Do you know Jordan and Salish Matter? Have you ever heard of them? They go on YouTube.
I don't think I do. What's the name of the channel?
Jordan and Salish.
No, I don't. I'll have to look them up. Do you like watching them? All right, let's get this little bit.
Jordan Matter and Salish or Salish
Uh-huh.
Matter are the channel names.
Okay. I'll have to look them up. No, but I watch a ton of nail content.
She loves their videos, but they're in America, so I've never met them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to follow them. Yeah, I watch a lot. I enjoy it though. Okay, you just kind of got to figure out where you went. Where did I run my brush through before with the chrome? Okay. I've got a little bit back
I'm
here.
gonna say it is Salish.
Okay.
Salish?
Salish, yeah, Salish. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get a little bit more top coat. I didn't figure I'd run out, but I guess I did. So you don't have to be exact. As long as you think you got it where you got it, it will at least protect the bulk of your glitter. I don't have the best eyes by any means. Actually, I got a new eyeglass prescription. I need to go get new glasses. Okay, let's get a little bit more. Right in through here. And down here a little bit. Okay, nuke. It's going to be so pretty. Okay, get that closed. I need to clean this real quick before I end up walking away tonight and stuff gets stuck on there.
Melissa said, do you prefer doing isolated chrome this way, or do you like to just apply chrome to the whole nail and then use a top coat and a detailer brush to create the isolated chrome?
Oh, yeah, that would be the easier way. I prefer easier, but if it's gonna make a big difference look wise, I'll be patient. Just because, I mean, the look is what worth it, you know. Okay, she's got like 10 more seconds. Get my cuticle oil ready. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty, Jandy. I love them. Yes. I like them matte. I'm glad we kept them matte for now, at least. Maybe you'll change your mind like next week and we'll do a top coat on all of it. That way it'll probably help too to keep your chrome going, you know? Because that's one thing I noticed about chrome. So far, I have not found a great chrome top coat. In fact, the chrome top coat I have does not work very well. So that's why today I just used my soft gel top coat. I need to go to the nail store and grab a couple different kinds to try because I haven't heard anyone say what their favorite chrome top coat is. If you guys have a favorite chrome top coat that works really well, that really locks in that chrome, let me know because mine does not, unfortunately. And mine might be because maybe it only works with, like mine is from Hang Pure, who I love. But that just doesn't work very well for me. But it could be because maybe it's only meant to cover their chrome. You know what I mean? It could be. That might be the case. I wouldn't think so, but it could be. All right, I'm just going to kind of clean this off. The cuticle oil so she doesn't look completely flooded for her photos. And we get that matte coming back. It's so cool looking. I love these. I think you're going to really like them, Jandy, like wearing them. Okay, let's look from your side. Okay, I always like to shape at the very end as well. And I'm going to have to keep in mind that we've already looked from the front. So I don't want to, if we liked the way it looked from the front. So now I'm just kind of tweaking. This one's going to stand out a little bit more on this side because it's got the black. So I got to keep that in mind too. Not to focus on the black so much. Okay, I do need to bring this in though a little bit more. Come in a tiny bit more. Okay, let's see this one. Probably it's going to be the same thing. It's probably going to look heavier on the black side. And I'm just going to bring it back this way a hair. There we go. On this one, it needs to be just the tiniest bit more pointed on both sides. Okay. And a little one. Okay. Here, let me hold on to both yours. Okay. Her little one wants to turn to the left, so I'm just going to try to keep it straight while I get it a little sharper. Okay, and I want this a little bit more in. There we go. And your thumb from her angle. I think it looks real nice. Let me just a hair, of course. I have to keep in mind it's going to look heavier on the dark side. Okay, let me do some lotion. Oh, well, we can do lotion later because I know you're going to get ready for bed next. Okay. All right, guys, what do you think? Are they pretty? Are they gorgeous? All right, let me get, I see one little, again, we're just kind of marrying up the two looks from her angle and my angle, so that's what I'm doing. I went a little bit more pointed on the tips, which I kind of like though with this black. I think it looks real nice and sharp. Let me go a little bit more pointed. See, I'll sit here and tweak all day because I feel like it could always be better. Thank you, J-Rob. I do too. I like them a lot. I have a look that I want to do on myself, but honestly, this is real pretty. I'm starting to be like, I might want to wear something like this, but with gold. Yeah, real pretty. All right, guys. Thank you so much for helping me create these. Look what we did together. And I think we made the right decision with Matt. I think they look really cool, Matt. All right, let's compare our inspo to what we did. Here we go. Inspo, da da da, and ours. I think we did a great job. Great interpretation.
Melissa said, I could see it look real pretty with either neon colors for summer or
Oh,
pastel for spring.
yes. That's genius.
And a different
Yes.
color per nail. Very nice.
That's brilliant. We're going to have to do that this summer. Don't let me forget that. In fact, put it in the comments after the video. So it's always there and I'll see it. Because, yes, I don't want to forget that. That's a brilliant idea. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And share with a nail lover friend if you know somebody out there that might want to follow. We're slowly growing, and I'm so excited about it. And I will give you an update on Puppy. If you missed our update, it was at the beginning of the live. I'll give you an update on Little Rascal when I know more. And I will see you again this weekend. We'll come back this weekend and do some nails, okay? All right, have a good night.